This is Alex Olkowski from Gabe Grant's class at Eastern Illinois University. And today I'm going to be showing you some basic things you can do in Photoshop's 3D view with your 3D objects, such as rotating it, rolling it, dragging it, sliding it, scaling it, orbiting the camera, dialing the cam, panning the cam, and the coordinates pertaining to resetting and moving back your object to the ground. So the first things we'll talk about is rotating the cameras. So first you want to make sure you're on scene and not on your object. I use the pyramid for this. And the first thing we'll be talking about is the orbit button. So this thing. And it appears on your screen and you click in. There's a bottom. It just orbits around. You can orbit around like so. The next button is the roll button, and you can roll it around to the side, or the other side, or all the way around upside down. The next button is the pan button. If you click in here, you go down, the camera goes up. If you go up, the camera goes down. If you go to the left, the camera will go right, and if you go to the right, the camera will go left. So it's all inverted controls basically. The next button is the slide button. If you click it, you can slide it towards you, realize a close-up, away from you. You can slide it to the left, and you can slide it to the right. The last button for the camera view is the zoom button, and that's basically you just zoom in and out. Move it down to zoom out, move it in to zoom in. You can't move it left or right, it doesn't work. Okay, now I'm going to show you all those same controls but with the object selected. So select your object and make sure your object is grouped so the object moves as a whole. So first we're going to be doing the orbit one. So you click the orbit one and you just click in and move it any way you want, and it orbits it to your liking, how you want it. And so you can see here the X, Y, and Z axis appears, and we'll be talking about how to manipulate those in a little bit. The next button is the roll button. You click that in and rolls it to the side, upside down, like so. The next button after that is the pan button, and you can either move it down, up, that way, or that way, and down. Basically you can just do anything you want with it. Then the slide button. You can slide it towards you, move down, slide it away from you, and slide it that way and that way. The last button is the zoom button, and that just basically moves it farther away. That's why it moves it closer. Okay, so to the axes, you have the X, Y, and Z axis here, and you have three options. You can either move along an axis, and you can rotate around an axis, and you can scale along an axis. So I'll go through each axis and each button. So first we'll go move on Y-axis. You click that, it moves it up, down. Can't move it side to side because it's on the Y. Scale along the Y, and just kind of scales it down or whatever you want it to be, and rotate around Y. Just basically moves it like that around the Y. For the X-axis, move it to the left. Move it that way. Rotating. And scaling. Moving on to Z, moving along to Z, and you just move it like that. Rotate it. And scale. It's pretty easy and self-explanatory once you get the feel of it. I know coordinates could be hard, but you just mess around with it. So, speaking of coordinates, we'll be going to the coordinates, and to access that, you go up to your properties and you click the little square button here for coordinates. And here you see the units and all the coordinates you have. So let's just put in some random coordinates here, 45, 0, and -90. So if you don't like these coordinates and you want to change them, or you want back to default, you just click reset coordinates here, and boom, it's reset. Everything's back to 0. And the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is just moving the object to the ground. So you just move back to ground level, and you would just basically have your object selected, click move to ground, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. I hope you found it informational, and thank you for your time.